ขอต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่การแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครั้งที่29จัดขึ้นที่ลากูน่าภูเก็ตประกอบไปด้วยโรงแรมอังสนาลากูน่าภูเก็ตโรงแรมบัญญันทรีภูเก็ตโรงแรมคาเซียภูเก็ตโรงแรมดุสิตธานีลากูน่าภูเก็ตโฮมสวีทลากูน่าทรายลากูน่าภูเก็ตรวมทั้งบัญญันทรีเวญ่าภูเก็ตโดยการแข่งขันครั้งนี้ได้รับการสนับสนุนจากจังหวัดภูเก็ตการท่องเที่ยวแห่งประเทศไทยและบริษัทการบินไทยจำกัดมหาชน
Beautiful locations that you could get. My name is Belinda Granger and I will be doing the live English commentary for you today for what is the 29th year of this incredible race. 1994 was when the race first began with a mere 198 competitors.
ลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาสนามไตรกีฬาระดับโลกในตำนาน Race of the Legends จัดมานานกว่า2 ทศวรรษนะครับนักไตรกีฬาระดับโลกมากมายร่วมแข่งขันไม่ว่าจะเป็นไมค์พิกมาร์ค อัลเลนเครก อเล็กซานเดอร์พอลล่า นิวบี เฟรเซอร์คาร์เรนส์ ไมเออร์รวมถึงเบลินดา เกรนเจอร์ที่นั่งอยู่กับผมณเวลานี้ด้วยนะครับ
Why Laguna Phuket Triathlon is called the Race of Legends? Well, Laguna Phuket Triathlon has seen legends in the sport, the superstars of triathlon from all over the world. We've had Olympic champions like Jan Frodeno and world champions Marinda Carfree, Chrissy Wellington, Paula Newby-Fraser, Mark Allen, Greg Welch, Mike Pigg. People, all these names from the history of the sport of triathlon have come through here. Craig Alexander, the list goes on. Carol Montgomery. Oh my goodness, just so many of these legends in the sport of triathlon that have come here to participate in this amazing Laguna Phuket Triathlon.
นี่เป็นบรรยากาศการแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครั้งที่29นะครับนักกีฬาเตรียมตัวที่จะเริ่มในประเภทแรกว่ายในทะเลเปิดนะครับระยะ 1,800 เมตร1,200 เมตรในทะเลแล้วก็จะขึ้นมาที่ทะเลสาบน้ำจืดให้ครบ 1,800 เมตรนักกีฬากว่า 1,000 คนครับเริ่มเมื่อปี 1994 29 ปีที่แล้วมีเพียงหลักร้อยนะครับตอนนี้เกิน 1,000 คนจาก 69 ประเทศทั่วโลกนะครับแล้วก็มีนักกีฬาระดับชั้นแนวหน้า
And we welcome in now to the start corral the male professional elite, the male professional and elite. Welcome in to the start area.
ตอนนี้นักกีฬาโปรชายและเอลิทชายนะคะเข้ามาเตรียมตัวที่จุดปล่อยตัวได้เลยค่ะ
ออกสตาร์ทแล้วนะครับที่ระดับมืออาชีพครับมืออาชีพที่สตาร์ทไปก่อน
And what an incredible start it was. So our professional males are underway. It is quite a fast and furious start here in Phuket because it is a downhill run into the ocean. You can see a little bit of a wave on there for them to navigate their way through. But already you can see that looks like Max Studer leading the way. We know the two Maxes, Max Studer, Max Stapley. Coming from a short course background, they are very, very strong swimmers. Max Studer, well, he's been in Beijing, China for the past 6 weeks with his coach, Brett Sutton. Was the coach that said to both Max and, of course, Julie Deron racing in the women's field today, also from Switzerland, that they must come and do this race. Julie Deron looking very, very likely to be lining up next year in Paris for the triathlon. As I said, she's been in Beijing the last 6 weeks training with her coach, and this will be the last race of the season for her.
เอาครับออกสตาร์ทแล้วในประเภทมืออาชีพหญิงนะครับ9นักแข่งด้วยกันนะครับถือว่าเป็นเบอร์ต้นๆของโลกครับ
So another great start here from our professional and elite women. That was Kate Woff that got off to a tremendous start. We did expect to see that she is the strongest swimmer in the world, in field. Julie Deron, also a very strong swimmer, along with Alana Siffert, the youngest competitor here today at only 21 years of age.
นักกีฬาหมวกสีเหลืองนะคะเข้ามาเตรียมตัวเลยเดี๋ยวเราจะ rolling start กันปล่อยตัวกันตั้ง
But that is Kate Woff off to the right in the blue suit, Julie Deron wearing the red speed suit.
ปีที่แล้วนะคะปีนี้ปีใหม่เลข519นะคะ
เส้นทางแข่งขันว่ายน้ำระยะทาง 1,800 เมตร ปล่อยตัวบริเวณโรงแรมทรายลากูน่าภูเก็ตลงสู่ทะเลอันดามัน ความพิเศษของสนามนี้มีมากกว่าสนามอื่นๆในโลก เพราะว่ามีเส้นทางว่ายน้ำในทะเล 1,300 เมตร แล้ววิ่งข้ามชายหาดลงว่ายน้ำในทะเลสาบน้ำจืดอีก 500 เมตร รวมระยะทาง 1,800 เมตร ซึ่งต้องใช้เทคนิคว่ายน้ำที่แตกต่างกัน ในสภาพแวดล้อมที่ท้าทายประสบการณ์ของนักไตรกีฬา จึงเป็นเอกลักษณ์ที่โดดเด่น และก็ดึงดูดให้กลับมาลงแข่งในทุกๆปี
Fantastic shot of the two men. You can see Max Stapley has now decided to help the other Max out, and he has taken the front.
ยังดูไม่ออกนะครับว่าใครจะถึงฝั่งเป็นคนแรกนะครับแม็กซ์ทูเดอร์กับแม็กซ์สเตปลีย์ดูแล้วน่าจะขับเคี่ยวกันจนถึงช่วงสุดท้ายเลยครับ
But you can see that both Maxes really have swum themselves away from the rest of the professional men's field. That is a huge lead as they make their way towards the end of the first leg here. As I said, very, very unique swim here in Phuket. 1,300 meters in the ocean before they make their way up and over and into the lagoon. And then they will do a point-to-point swim in the lagoon. One of the things that makes this swim so incredibly unique and very, very difficult.
ผ่านไปเกือบ 15 นาทีแล้วนะครับกำลังจะขึ้นฝั่งจากทะเลสู่ทะเลสาบนะครับผู้นำยังเป็นแม็กซ์ทูเดอร์แล้วก็แม็กซ์สเตปลีย์ตามมาแล้วมีกลุ่มที่ตามมาข้างหลังอีก3 คนนะครับ
And then they've got 500 meters left to swim. Fantastic race so far. These two joined at the hip. And you can see now starting to dolphin. And they are now making their way towards the sand. Out they get. Whoop, another little dolphin dive. We've got Max Stapley leading the way out with Max Studer hot on his heels. I have a sneaky suspicion we are going to see these two go head to head. And wouldn't it be a treat for us all if we have a finish here today? But you can see just how tough it is. Soft sand as they make their way up and over. Down the other side. It definitely will feel like they are swimming in soup right now. Freshwater lagoon. So that is Guy Crawford on screen right now. Has always been a strong swimmer. But great to see Guy Crawford so far up the front. Currently in 3rd position. He is here with his partner Kate Bevilacqua also racing in the women's field. Great to have both of these athletes here.
นี่คือผู้นำและอันดับ2นะครับแม็กซ์ทูเดอร์ยังอยู่ยังไม่มีโอกาสแซงสำหรับแม็กซ์สเตปลีย์การปรับร่างกายในการว่ายนั้นแตกต่างกันนะครับน้ำทะเลกับน้ำจืด
And so our professional women and elite women making their way towards the end of the first part of this swim. So while they are making their way to the exit before they start the last part of the swim into the lagoon here in Phuket, we have our leaders. Max Stapley leading the way, Max Studer. I'm guaranteed to get this tongue tied and twisted as the day goes on, the two Maxes. As they make their way towards the swim exit. They have a short run into transition. It is Alana Siffert from Switzerland, the first of our female elite, professionals to make her way up and over the sand hill. Right behind her, that is Kate Woff from Great Britain. And right now, leading the way out of the swim, Max Stapley from Great Britain. He has a quick check behind. He will be fully aware that he has Max Studer right with him. Both of these men knew this would be the case. They know that they are by far the strongest swimmers in the field. They have a huge lead over the rest of our professional and elite men as they make their way to their bikes. Fantastic setup here in the Laguna Phuket Triathlon. Great shot there of Max Studer. 27 years of age. As I mentioned, was 9th in the Tokyo Olympics. We are expecting him to race again in Paris next year. But they're taking their speed skins off, so their swim skins off, and they will be out onto the bike course as we go to our lead females as they make their way 500 meters in the lagoon, a straight shoot from one side to the other. So, as we expected, lightning fast transitions for both of these short course specialists. Max Stapley, a regular in Super League, which is one of the fastest and most furious triathlon series you can find. Now, while today is a draft illegal event, so these men will be needing to keep 10 meters between each other. Quite technical to start as they make their way out of the Laguna Phuket course. So Rudy Wild now making his way into transition and onto the bike. Big smiles from Rudy Wild. He's been a fantastic competitor here over the years. He will absolutely be one of the crowd favourites. But we know Kate Woff leading the way with Alanis Siffert and Julie Deron, both women from Switzerland. As expected, we expected to see these three women lead the way. That is Kate Woff first out now of the swim. Julie Deron hot on her heels. So terrific swim from these two women, short course specialists, both with a very good opportunity here to separate themselves. You've got Alana Siffert, our youngest competitor, trying desperately to stay in contact with these two. Julie Deron, very, very strong bike rider. So I know if Julie wants any chance here, she really needs to create some sort of a gap on this 55-kilometre bike course. She is the strongest rider in the field. There is no doubt about it. She won Jared Mayer long course this year. Really strong over the short distance and the longer distances. So while we know she is a short course specialist, she has raced over just about every distance there is in triathlon, including the full distance. That's Alana Siffert there coming through. Oh, and Sophie Malawecki. So I did not realise that we have Sophie Malawecki from Australia. Well, this is a surprise. She was not on my original list of female professionals, but this throws a real spanner in the works because Sophie Malawecki is a brilliant athlete. Had a fantastic race at the Noosa Triathlon only 2 weeks ago. Well, here I was thinking it was going to be a two-horse show with our women. Scenario here with our professional women as Julie Deron is first woman onto the bike. She is not mucking around. As I said, very, very strong cyclist. This course will suit her perfectly. Coming from Switzerland, she is technically brilliant. She is very, very strong on the hills. We have 3 hills towards the end of this race. As I said, peaking out at around 20%. So gradients of 20%. Really, really tough climbs. And right at the end of the bike ride.
ระยะทางเท่ากันครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นว่ายในทะเลเปิดในทะเลสาบน้ำจืดปั่นจักรยานแล้วก็วิ่งผู้หญิงกับผู้ชายมืออาชีพนี่เท่ากันเลยครับ
So interesting to see the bike choice for our professional women. That was Alana Siffert from Switzerland on a road bike. We have Julie Deron also on a road bike with clip-ons. Now, as I said, back when I used to race, I definitely raced with this setup more occasions than I did on a time trial frame. As I said, very, very technical, very, very hilly towards the end of this bike ride. All of our lead females choosing road bikes. Alana Siffert, it didn't even look like that she had clip-ons, so no aero bars for Alana so far, but Julie Deron with the clip-ons, Sophie Melawaki. I'm still in shock. Sophie Melawaki was not on my professional female list, but I have a huge smile on my face because this is brilliant. She was second.
เส้นทางปั่นจักรยานระยะทาง 55 กิโลเมตรหลังขึ้นจากทะเลสาบน้ำจืดและเปลี่ยนเครื่องแต่งกายแล้วนักไตรกีฬาจะออกจากจุดเปลี่ยนลากูน่าโกรฟลากูน่าภูเก็ตผ่านถนนเลียบชายหาดเลพังตลาดชุมชนสวนยางมุ่งหน้า3แยกสนามบินนานาชาติภูเก็ตและเลี้ยวขึ้นเขาบริเวณบ้านสาคูหาดไนทอนเขาไนทอนซึ่งมีช่วงโค้งคดเคี้ยวทางลาดชันขึ้นลงมากกว่า30องศาขึ้นชื่อว่าโหดหินท้าทายความกล้าของนักไตรกีฬาก่อนลงทางราบกลับสู่ลากูน่าภูเก็ต
So that is Max Stapley on a time trial frame here today. So Max Stapley from Great Britain leading the way here for our professional male athletes as he makes his way around the back of the Laguna Phuket complex. Beautiful complex here in Laguna Phuket. We have beautiful golf course on one side, our hotels on the other side. That is Max Studer on screen right now. Max Stapley said to me earlier this week he does not want it to come down to a running race between himself and Studer because he knows that it is going to be a very, very difficult 12 kilometres. So doing everything possible to get that lead into T2.
For sure, first of all, if you see it on social media or pictures, it looks really beautiful. Different nature to us in Switzerland, and especially now at that time we have snow, and here it's really warm and humid, so big changes in weather. But yeah, from seen from Rudy Wild, from him some insights, so really excited to race.
ครับนี่เป็นแชมป์ตลอดการของนักไตรกีฬาไทยนะครับคุณเจเรจิรนัยกำลังหาจักรยานอยู่นะครับ
It looks like he had a little bit of problems there trying to find his bike, and you know, when you've got a sea of a bikes, like 1,000 bikes, it's often very difficult. You think you know where your bike is, but it's like, oh, that's not my bike. But good to see Jure. He is absolutely the favourite here today for the Thai athletes. He's a brilliant athlete, has been training with Jürgen Zach for so many years now, and always wonderful to see Jure, the fastest of our Thai athletes, racing here today in Laguna Phuket.
คนนำหมายเลข9แม็กสเตเบลีอันดับ2ยังเป็นแม็กสตูเดอร์จากสวิตเซอร์แลนด์นะครับ
And so Julie Deron from Switzerland, our lead female, amazing athlete. We got to sit down with Julie only yesterday.
Yeah, it's really a big opportunity to do my job as a professional triathlete and travel the world and see different cultures, different countries, experience everything. And I just spent a little bit of time with the Laguna kindergarten. I taught them just some basic stuff. I showed them a fruit, asked them whether they know the word in English. If they did, great. I might have asked them what the color is, if they know the color word in English, and if they didn't know the fruit, I would explain or mention the name of the fruit. So it's just a big opportunity to yeah, see the world, do my job, but also try and give back a little bit. Yeah.
As you can see, more of our athletes. Now, while we have the Laguna Phuket Triathlon taking place right now, we also have our sprint distance triathlon getting ready to go. So they are over a distance of a 500-metre swim, 20k bike and a 6-kilometre run. So slightly longer run that we're used to for sprint distance. They do exactly one lap of the Laguna Phuket Triathlon course. And we also have a duathlon taking place here today. 4k run, 55-kilometre bike and a 12-kilometre run.
นี่เป็นกลุ่มนักแข่งไตรกีฬาระยะสปรินต์นะครับก็ย่อส่วนย่อระยะลงมานะครับสำหรับการแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครับนี่ออกสตาร์ทแล้วนะครับไตรกีฬาระยะสปรินต์
Yes, as ever, we're extremely excited to welcome everybody back for the 29th edition of the Laguna Phuket Triathlon. So I've been here about 10 years, but I have some colleagues who've been here all 29 years, and it's amazing for them to tell the stories about how this event has evolved over time, growing with participation from different countries around the world, and how the event setup has scaled up over time to be what it is that you can see this weekend. So very excited, and I'm sure all the athletes are too.
Max Stapley leading the way. Beautiful cadence. He's obviously been doing quite a bit of training. He's been here for over 2 weeks now in Phuket. He's done a lot of recon on this course. He's ridden the bike course many times. It's given him an opportunity to get used to his time trial frame. And so here, this has not changed. It's been the same situation now for the last couple of kilometres, with Julie Deron from Switzerland in first, Alana Siffert from Switzerland in second. Sophie Melawaki currently in third place, with Kate Woff holding fourth place. Now, if you're looking at the timing, so we do have official timing, and you're seeing that Kate Woff is in third and Sophie Melawaki does not register in our results. That's because I believe she's been entered in the elite race, but just to clarify, she is definitely in our professional women's field here today. And she is definitely holding third place.
For me, it was my best season ever. I only started with triathlon in the summer 2021, so it was my second year as a professional, and I had some great races. It is my first time I will race the Laguna Phuket Triathlon. I am really excited to do this epic race.
For me as a sportsman athlete in triathlon, it's really important between the three sports, swimming, biking, running, to relax and recover between the sessions. And for sure, like treatments like that, recovery, massage and spa is really important. And it's for sure great that here in Thailand it's so big and so many different relaxing and spa things you can do as a sportsman.
So our lead females are now out onto the motorway. Nothing changed here, with Deron still leading and Siffert right behind. So impressed with the way Alana Siffert is riding here today. She is on the attack, just not willing to sit behind Julie Deron. She wants to do her fair share of the work up front. No error bars. Absolutely loving the way that this young lady is attacking this race here today. We know that she has been training in Beijing for 6 weeks with her coach. Quite a significant difference in age here between these two athletes. So that is indeed Kate Woff on screen right now. Very strong bike. I'm very impressed on a road bike with clip-ons. As I said, this is the first time that she's ever raced over the non-drafting format, and certainly the first time over this distance. She's been here for 2 weeks now. She's part of the Phoenix team. We've just had one of our Phoenix Futures camps. So great to see our lead three female making their way through this 55-kilometre bike course. And now, while it is the first time for all three of these women here in Phuket, we did get to catch up earlier this week with someone who's been here many, many times. In fact, he's been here more times than myself, which is saying something. The great Whit Raymond, been commentating here forever and a day. We got to catch up with him earlier this week.
What is unique about Laguna Phuket Triathlon is the place we are here in amazing Thailand. Absolutely beautiful, and the people are so wonderful. But it's also the end of the year, and it's a very good time for people to come and race here and have a big celebration with the Laguna Phuket Triathlon. Is the swim. It starts with two different bodies of water. You start in the ocean for 1,200 meters or so, and then you come into the lagoon and swim in the fresh water, and so that mixes it up. And then the bike ride is so very, very difficult. It's flat for a good part, and then lots of steep hills. So very, very challenging. And of course, it's very hot and humid in Thailand. So this creates a unique opportunity to race in hard, tough conditions, but it's not so long.
นี่เป็นครั้งแรกของศิลปินนักร้องนักแสดงนะครับเต๋าสมชายเข็มกลัดครับอายุย่าง50 ปีแต่ว่าด้วยให้สัมภาษณ์เมื่อวันแถลงข่าวเมื่อวานนี้บอกว่าทำเพื่อครอบครัวนะครับเพื่อลูกและภรรยารับปากไว้แล้วว่าจะทำแล้วต้องการจะจบการแข่งขันให้ได้เต๋าสมชายนั้นวิ่งมาราธอนปั่นจักรยานเป็นแต่ว่าว่ายน้ำไม่เป็นใช้เวลาในช่วงโควิดฝึกว่ายน้ำอยู่ปีเศษๆนะครับแล้วก็มั่นใจว่าจะจบการแข่งขันให้ได้
So our top three females with only seconds separating them. We have Sophie Melawaki from Australia. In case you are watching or looking at the timing, Sophie Melawaki not coming up on our professional women's list. That is because she's accidentally been entered into the elite category, but she is indeed 4th overall in our professional women's race. As we go to another talk with our Managing Director of Laguna Phuket, Paul Wilson.
Laguna Phuket is always growing. We're always trying to think of new exciting facilities and attractions that we can add for our residents and for our hotel guests to enjoy. So in the last year or so, we've opened the Open Kitchen. It's a farm-to-table concept, dining experience outside of the hotels. It's an independent venue at the center of Laguna, actually within our Laguna Park, which has many different attractions and activities for families to enjoy, all based around a lovely lagoon with beautiful lotus lilies, a visitor farm, which is about 2 rai of actual products of vegetables and fruits where people can learn about how and where their food comes from. So on top of Open Kitchen, we also have Laguna Wellness by BDMS. This is a very new, latest wellness clinic for people to enjoy with our partners BDMS, who are the leaders in medical tourism and medical wellness in Thailand. So we're very happy and excited for that.
Fantastic to hear from Paul Wilson, Vice President and Managing Director of Laguna Phuket, as we go down on course. So fantastic to have all of the school children out on course. This is a regular. It's been happening ever since I started racing back in the early 2000s. The community here in Phuket really get behind them as someone has a lot of fun with it. But look at the excitement on these kids' faces. They really are amazing, and they really do push our athletes. Kate Woff on screen right now, giving us a little wave as she goes through us, giving the kids on the side of the road. So we have got School children all over the course. Our top 3 females, none of whom have raced here before, let alone been in Thailand before. So we will be crowning a brand new champion here today. Will it be this lady on screen right now, Julie Deron from Switzerland? Or will it be the likes of our youngest competitor, Alanis Siffert, also from Switzerland, or Kate Woff? These 3 women riding very, very well. Kate Woff just giving her back a little bit of a stretch. Julie Deron seizing that opportunity to retake the lead. This is where it's going to get interesting in this race. We know Julie Deron is... Right now, this is when we get onto the course proper. So we are hitting the very first of the Naithon hills here for Max Stapley. You can see just how steep these hills are. He's having to weave himself across the road. Now we know how strong Max Stapley is. And this is giving you a very good indication of just how steep the first of 3 climbs as he weaves his way, starting at around that 16 to 17%, peaking out at around 20%.
มาถึงช่วงยากลำบากของนักไตรกีฬาที่เข้าแข่งขันในครั้งนี้แล้วนะครับในช่วงบริเวณนาทรนะครับสังเกตผู้นำนะครับแม็กซ์สเตปลี่เวลาปั่นนี่ก้นไม่ได้ติดอานเลยนะครับเพราะว่าเป็นทางขึ้นเขาดูครับดูก้นไม่ได้ติดอานแล้วต้องมีเทคนิคในการปั่นนะครับไม่ใช่ปั่นทางตรงครับต้องเหมือนซิกแซกเพื่อใช้พละกำลังให้น้อยที่สุดเลยครับครับแล้วเมื่อสักครู่ได้เห็นภาพช้าจังหวะที่เคทวอล์ฟนั้นน่าจะมีอาการตึงหรือว่าเจ็บกล้ามเนื้อทำให้จูลี่เดรอนนั้นแซงกลับมาเป็นผู้นำและนี่ช่วงลงเขาแล้วนะครับ
So now Max Stapley has made his way up and over that first climb here today. You could see just how steep that first climb is. And now he has a very technical descent to make his way through. This is probably, to me personally, the toughest part of the bike. It's not so much getting up those hills, it's making sure you stay upright on the descents.
มีผู้นำผู้หญิงนะครับจูลี่เดรอนโดนเคทวอล์ฟแซงไปพักหนึ่งแล้วก็กลับมาเป็นผู้นำอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับจูลี่เดรอนจากสวิตเซอร์แลนด์
Amazing cooking classes that our professional athletes are able to take part in, cooking up what looked to be a very delicious pad thai, I have to say. And look, one of the greatest things about coming to Thailand is for sure the food. It is my favorite food in the world. We're going to take a short break and go to Guy Crawford, one of our professional men here from New Zealand, who got to take part in our Thai boxing classes earlier this week. And you can just see, look at the grimace on Max Stapley's face. Really is, I cannot tell you, I am actually getting goosebumps here watching because I know just how difficult these climbs are. For sure the most difficult climbs I've ever had to do in any triathlon race around the world. Truly test you to the core as he makes his way up almost at the top right now. But you can just see the pressure as he zigzags his way. I remember when I used to race here, and you would just be wanting this section to be done with because it didn't matter how many times you'd gone over these hills in training. You knew on race day it was going to be something different again. Makes his way towards T2 and can swap out those bike shoes for run shoes. So he is almost there. And while Max Stapley is almost through that toughest section of the course here today, Julie Deron has it all to look forward to. But Julie Deron, coming from Switzerland, very, very used to climbing, and we know that she will handle these climbs with ease.
ครับที่เป็นมุมสูงของจังหวัดภูเก็ตนะครับซึ่งถือว่าเป็นแหล่งท่องเที่ยวระดับโลกนะครับดึงดูดนักท่องเที่ยวมาเป็นจำนวนมากสมกับที่เป็น Amazing Thailand นะครับมีทั้งชายหาดมีทั้งกิจกรรมกีฬาทางน้ำมากมายทำให้นักท่องเที่ยวจากทั่วโลกมาเยือนด้วยความประทับใจนะครับมีทั้งเรื่องของอาหารเรื่องของที่พักเรื่องของแหล่งธรรมชาติกิจกรรมต่างๆมากมายนะครับสมกับเป็น Amazing Thailand อย่างแท้จริงครับจังหวัดภูเก็ตเป็นสถานที่ท่องเที่ยวมีเมืองเก่าที่ต้องมาเป็นจุดเช็คอินนะครับก็นักท่องเที่ยวทั้งของเมืองไทยเองนะครับชาวไทยเองแล้วก็จากทั่วโลกมาท่องเที่ยวนะครับเปิดประตูกว้างสำหรับการท่องเที่ยวจังหวัดภูเก็ตนะครับ Amazing Thailand มีทะเลมีชมธรรมชาติทางน้ำนะครับก็มีการจัดแข่งขันกีฬาระดับนานาชาติมากมายด้วยกันแล้วก็มีเส้นทางปั่นจักรยานที่สวยงามนะครับสัมผัสธรรมชาติอย่างแท้จริงนี่คือความงดงามของจังหวัดภูเก็ตนะครับเชิญชวนนักท่องเที่ยวชาวไทยและทั่วโลกมาเยือนถือว่าเป็น Amazing Thailand อย่างแท้จริงครับ
My first time here and also my first time in Thailand, but I think it's really exciting, great nature, and looking forward also after the race to spend some days here and experience Thailand more.
Deron taking on some much needed hydration. Really, really clever, not only to get that hydration in, but to pour it all over you, just to keep that body temperature down as low as possible. That temperature gauge is continuing to climb. As we are back with our lead professional male. He's been leading this race since the swim exit. He has probably only about 6 to 7 kilometers left to ride before he makes his way back into transition.
So I really love Thailand and Phuket because of course I lived there 2 years. I like the country and experience because, well, of the eternal sun. That's a big part for me, for good training, good facilities, and then yeah, just the lifestyle in Thailand. Everything is possible, everything is easy, people are very kind, and that's really what I like here.
As you can hear our school kids cheering on our lead male. Max will be very, very happy with how the race is panning out for him so far as he takes that right-hand turn towards the Laguna Phuket entrance. Lots of construction happening here in Phuket right now. It is a very, very popular place. Lots of expats, lots of people from overseas moving here, taking on the Thai way of life. Amazing Thailand. It's not been given that name. There's been a reason for it. It really is amazing. Laguna Phuket, wonderful part of Phuket as he makes his way in to the resort area. You can see getting ready now. Shoes undone. He is literally meters away from making his way into transition. He'll take one last left-hand turn. The run here predominantly flat, but what makes this run particularly hard is obviously the conditions. Really hot and humid. Not much shade.
เข้าสู่จุดเปลี่ยนจากจักรยานเป็นวิ่งอีก12กิโลเมตรนะครับผู้นำผู้ชายคือแม็กซ์ สเตเบลีจากสหรัฐอาณาจักรนะครับ
So great bike ride for Max Stapley. 1:24.54 for Max today. He had a swim time of 24:05 over the 1.8 kilometre swim and 1:24.54 over the 55 kilometre bike ride. Let's see what he's got now for the run. 12 kilometres on tap for the young Brit. Looks around. Very, very handy lead. He doesn't need to do anything silly now. He can work his way into this run. He knows he has a sizable gap back to second place. And the great thing for Max, he will be out of sight, out of mind before the next athlete makes their way into transition. For sure right now, Max Stapley looking the goods. As the second of our athletes make it in, it is indeed Anthony Costas from France. So Anthony Costas now in second place. We're not sure what's happened to Max Studer from Switzerland. We know he was out of the swim up there with Max Stapley. But this is Anthony Costas of France making his way now out onto the run course. He's been second here on 2 occasions. And again, holding second place as he heads out onto the 12-kilometre run course. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there as he goes the wrong way. Easily done. But handling it like a true professional, not getting stressed, staying nice and relaxed. He's raced here before. He knows how difficult this run is. As we can see some of our media from the Phoenix crew down on ground. Several of them, their athletes racing here today. But so far, our lead 2 males looking very in control. You can see Anthony Costas doing everything he can, heading out in the first stages of this run to keep himself cool, sponges.
So my strategy, knowing the race, is that you have to adjust your pace for the heats, keep some energy for the Naithon hills, and then the run also you have to hydrate a lot and try to keep your cool until the end.
Now make a right-hand turn, heading towards the golf course. And this is where it gets a little tough because it is just so humid. The moisture from the golf course, it really is like running through a rainforest. You can see he will take a right-hand turn now, making his way onto this section of the run through the golf course. Big long loop that they need to do now. A great overshot view from the drone as they make their way along the side of the golf course. As Max makes his way past many of our sprint distance athletes. Great cadence on Max so far. Nice long stride. I've always said to Max that once he finishes with his short course career, I have absolutely no doubt that he will be very, very strong over the middle distance triathlon. Middle distance, the PTO distance of 100 kilometres as well, become very, very popular over the last few years. I know it's something that Max is definitely intending on doing once he's finished with his short course career. He's in no hurry, of course. Such a young athlete with such a huge future ahead of him. He's now 2 kilometres into this 12-kilometre run. He has around 2 minutes 20 over our second place, Anthony Costas. I can give you an update that in third place, so this is really great to hear. Max Studer from Switzerland, still in the game. In third place, Josh Wooldridge from Australia. At only 23 years of age, our youngest male competitor. Into transition in fourth place, and Guy Crawford from New Zealand, rounding out our top 5 in our professional men's field. So Max Stapley leading the way here on screen. Anthony Costas from France in second. Max Studer from Switzerland in third. Josh Wooldridge from Australia in fourth. And Guy Crawford from New Zealand in fifth, heading out onto the run. But Anthony Costas with a fantastic ride. Very, very strong rider. Just under a minute, so around 40 odd seconds separating Anthony Costas and Max Studer. We know Max Studer, one of the fastest runners in the field. So will he be able to bridge that gap across to Anthony and make his way into second place behind this man on screen now, Max Stapley.
It's a great opportunity to be exposed to new facilities and new medical health and wellness centres here in Phuket, and none other than Laguna Wellness by BDMS Phuket is available here in Canal Village. And yeah, it's a great opportunity for us as athletes to come and get a health and wellness check, from blood tests to making sure that everything's aligned and we're fit and healthy to conquer our next race.
As we are back with our lead females, Julie Deron making her way into the Laguna Phuket Resort area. Less than 1 kilometre remaining for Julie Deron. She starts to unclip those shoes in preparation for transition. Kate Woff already with shoes off, making sure there'll be no mistakes before she enters T2. We will truly have a race on our hands now. If I was a betting female, a betting woman, you would go with Kate Woff as being the stronger of the two here in the run. But as I said, first time for Kate Woff over this distance. This distance, nothing new for Julie Deron. So if experience has anything to do with it, Julie Deron definitely the more experienced of two. As we have a little bit of a hiccup here, this happens. And it is a part of the experience here in Phuket. The athletes are warned that these close because it is a resort area. We can't always close the roads down completely, but these women, true professionals at their craft, as Kate Woff, the first of the professional women into transition. Deron very close behind. Great racing from these women. Such professionals. As they make their way now, they will rack their bikes. Run shoes will go on, and they will then make their way out onto the run course. One of the things that all of our short course athletes have over our long course athletes is their speed through transition. And wow, Julie Deron out of there already. So Julie Deron, while she was second into transition, will be first out onto this run. Kate Woff right on her heels, right behind, getting in some nutrition early. Longest race for Kate Woff. She's used to racing over either the 5K or 10K, so the sprint distance or Olympic distance. That looked like it might have even been a little bit of anti-cramp spray that she's taken on then, but looking very, very good as these two women head out. You can see already Woff not content to stay in second place. Beautiful, beautiful runner. So now Kate Woff leading the way. Julie Deron from Switzerland right behind. To this young woman on screen, Kate Woff. So while Kate Woff leads the women's race, her partner in crime, Max Stapley, leading the men's race.
เวลานี้ผู้นำทั้งฝ่ายชายและหญิงนะครับเป็นสหราชอาณาจักรนะครับแม็กซ์สเตปนีและก็เคทวอฟ
And that is Anthony Costas from France, currently in third position, having a really great day. So he was second into transition and onto that run. He has been overtaken by that man on screen right now. He is running beautifully.
เส้นทางวิ่งระยะทาง 12 กิโลเมตร หลังกลับจากเส้นทางปั่นจักรยานกลับสู่จุดเปลี่ยนการแข่งขัน นักไตรกีฬาจะวิ่งบนถนนลากูน ลากูน่าภูเก็ต ผ่านคานาลวิลเลจ โบสถ์ลากูน่า ถนนภายในลากูน่ากอล์ฟภูเก็ต ระยะรอบละ 6 กิโลเมตร ซึ่งนักไตรกีฬาจะต้องวิ่งทั้งหมด 2 รอบด้วยกัน
Great drone shot of our lead female, Kate Woff from Great Britain, as she makes her way around the golf course. As we can see, our lead male, he has now completed 1 lap, so 6 kilometres done and dusted for Max Stapley from Great Britain. He now has 1 lap left to run. This is a great opportunity for him too to see just how far back his competition is. So he will get eyes on second placed Max Studer. He will see the lead that he has, and it will motivate him to keep on pushing. It's always a good feeling when you know you've got a decent gap between yourself and your pursuers. Oh, hello, Justin Granger. I can see my husband there taking a picture of Max. Of course, Justin and I have been coming here for many, many years. Since the early 2000s, we would not miss it.
มาดูผู้นำของคนไทยบ้างนะครับเจเรจิรนัยครับนี่เป็นประเภทสุดท้ายของเจเรจิรนัยแล้วนะครับเข้าสู่ช่วงวิ่ง12 กิโลเมตรครับไม่ห่างนี่เป็นยอดฝีมือของคนไทยนะครับเจเรจิรนัยและนี่ยอดฝีมือของมืออาชีพแม็กซ์สเตปลี
And you would have to say Jere Jeranai from Thailand, one of the most popular athletes in Thailand. Not only a great athlete, but one of the nicest human beings you will meet. Has been doing the sport of triathlon ever since I can remember. Great to see him out there again racing. So you can see now the gap that has opened up between our first place female, Kate Woff from Great Britain, and Julie Deron. You can just make her out there in the background, looking very comfortable, definitely in control. And I have no doubt that that gap between herself and Deron will continue to increase over the next 8 kilometres of this run. So while our lead female makes her way through lap 1 of the 12-kilometre run here today, Max Stapley leading the way. For our professional men, he is on to lap 2. But Max Stapley on screen now with a 2-minute 26 lead over Max Studer.
และนี่ผู้นำของฝ่ายหญิงนะครับสหราชอาณาจักรเช่นเดียวกันครับเคทวอล์ฟครบ1รอบครับครบ6กิโลเมตรแล้วเหลืออีก6กิโลเมตรฝ่ายชายนั้น2กิโลเมตรสุดท้ายของผู้หญิงรอบสุดท้ายอีก6กิโลเมตรมาถึงตรงนี้ไม่น่าจะปฏิเสธเลยนะครับว่าสหราชอาณาจักรจะได้แชมป์ทั้งชายและหญิง
So Max Stapley with probably less than a kilometre to go, or around that 1 kilometre to go. He's about to make his way past the Angsana Resort here in Laguna Phuket. He will then make that right-hand turn down into Canal Village. So he is very, very close to being crowned our 2023 Laguna Phuket Triathlon champion. Right now, Angsana Resort there on the right. And we are back in transition. So Julie Deron currently in second position, making her way out onto that second lap of the run. 6 kilometres left for Julie. So right now, Max Stapley on your screen. The young man racing for Great Britain. Born in France, he grew up in both Canada and Australia. When you listen to him talk, you can hear that slight Australian twang that's still there. He is flying towards this finish line. You can see now, about to take that last right-hand turn onto the blue carpet as he makes his way onto the blue carpet here. He knows he's got it.
Here right now in the white, you see him coming in. We are ready. He's got the British flag, the Union Jack, coming into the finish. Welcome in 2023 Laguna Phuket Triathlon Men's Champion from Great Britain, Max Stapley.
What an amazing race from this young man, Max Stapley from Great Britain, taking his first win here in Phuket.
Here, we should be seeing
wonderful, wonderful race from this man.
Max Studer, I believe, of Switzerland, reported to still be in second as we're welcoming more sprint finishers in. And Max Stapley from the UK, first time here and putting his
มาแข่ง
name
เป็นครั้งแรกนะครับสำหรับแม็กซ์สเตปลีแล้วก็คว้าแชมป์เลยโอ้โหสุดยอดครับ
for Laguna Phuket.
While Max is home and hosed, we now have second place male Max Studer from Switzerland. Fantastic run from Studer.
Switzerland, Max Studer.
So as expected, our two Maxes coming home in first and second place here today, congratulating each other on the finish line. Wonderful run from Max Studer.
Megan Davies.
So Anthony Costas from France coming home in third position.
Each and every year, a husband Sandro doing the LPT. And here we go. Third place overall. Welcome back to Laguna Phuket Triathlon from France, Anthony Costas.
So our third place finisher here today, Anthony Costas from France. Really strong race from Anthony. He really made his moves on the bike. We expected him to do that. Very, very strong rider, but very impressed with how he held it together on the run. Only the fastest runner in the field, Max Studer, able to overtake the Frenchman. So our top three here today, Max Stapley from Great Britain coming home on top in first place, Max Studer from Switzerland in second, and Anthony Costas from France in third. As we are back with our lead female, Kate Woff from Great Britain. She has not slowed down at all. If anything, she looks like she's increased her pace. She's increased her cadence, running very, very well.
นี่เป็นผู้นำของนักไตรกีฬาไทยนะครับเจเรเจรนัยนี่ผ่านรอบแรกไปแล้วนะครับผ่าน6กิโลเมตรแรกไปแล้วส่วนผู้หญิงยังเป็นเคทวอล์ฟนะครับนำอยู่ใกล้จะถึงเส้นชัยนะครับมาเป็นนักไตรกีฬาจากสหราชอาณาจักรทั้ง2คนนะครับ
Yeah, I mean, I can't ask for much more. That race had everything: heat, hills, and tough competition. So to come away with the win, I'm ecstatic. Yeah, so I went out really hard in the swim. Thought try to get a gap, but he was right behind me. And going out onto the bike, I thought he was going a bit too slow. So I went over him, and all of a sudden the gap kept going out and out and out and out and out. And so I just said, okay, well, this is how I'm going to try to win the race. Full gas, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, on the run I had my heart rate, and I knew I couldn't go over a certain heart rate, otherwise I would fall over like a fly. So I stuck to my data, and I'm thankful that it worked. Yeah, I mean, I can't ask for any more. Thank you to the people of Phuket, thank you Laguna, and Kapung Ka. All the best.
ดูมีทีมงานนะครับยังประมาทไม่ได้ครับสำหรับเคทวอล์ฟที่จะเป็นแชมป์แต่ว่าดูยังยิ้มได้ครับหันไปมองครับมีหันไปเหลียวมองข้างหลังว่ามาใกล้หรือยังสวมหมวกนี่มั่นใจมากครับ
So right now, increasing her speed towards the finish line, Kate Woff, as she takes that final turn down towards the carpet, down towards the finish line. Spectacular race from this young British athlete here today. Zipper goes up.
Very first time here.
Smiles all around. Kate Woff will take the win here today. She grabs the British flag, just like her partner Max Stapley did. Big smiles on her face. Kate Woff
from Great Britain
will be your winner here today.
2023 Laguna Phuket Triathlon Women's Champion, Kate Woff.
Amazing race from her today. Kate Woff. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. She's got one of the most beautiful smiles in the sport. She's had such a sensational year this year. Big congratulations from her partner, Max Stapley. The two taking the win here each. It's going to be very, very happy days in that household. But what a way to finish the season, to come here to amazing Thailand, get to race for the very first time in paradise, and both take the win. Second position, second place here today for Julie Daron from Switzerland. She grabs that Swiss flag.
Please welcome into the finish, second place overall, 2023 Laguna Phuket Triathlon from Switzerland, Julie Daron.
So Julie Daron from Switzerland, home and hosed in second place here. Kate Woff from Great Britain coming home in first place here today. Julie Daron from Switzerland home in second place. Both wonderful, wonderful ambassadors for the sport of triathlon. Not just fantastic athletes, but fantastic human beings. Max Stapley congratulating Julie Daron.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm obviously over the moon. To it myself, like in the history books with all like some of the greatest triathletes at this race is like so cool. It's been a bucket list race for so many years, so yeah, I'm so happy. I definitely didn't make it easy for myself. I had some mechanical issues before the race, and there was a mechanic working on my race while I was swimming. So I didn't even know if my bike was going to be in transition ready for me. So I thought, okay, I need to try and lead out the swim, and then I went the wrong way in the swim, and so I made it a dramatic race, but oh, it was incredible. Yeah, I'm buzzing. Yeah, like Thailand's beautiful, Phuket is beautiful. The people are amazing and so kind, and yeah, I had a smile on my face the whole way around the run. So yeah, super happy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really happy about second place. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And what a beautiful smile he has, the young, 27-year-old from Switzerland, Max Studer, in second place, as we can see on screen now. One of the most, if not most, popular Thai athlete ever in the history of triathlon here, Jareh, also coming home. Strong race from Jareh. We know he's a very, very accomplished runner. Coming home very, very close to his teammate, Dimity Lee Duke. The two have been training partners for many, many years now. So great to see Jareh. Another strong race in the books for him.
Legs on the run in the end to go really fight for the win. But I'm really pleased. It was a great atmosphere, a really fun race course also, like really challenging, something happening all the time. Really tough. And yeah, I'm quite happy with my performance. I think the swim and the bike were really well, and then on the run I was just missing the last gear to go with Kate. Yeah, my strategy was to come out of the swim in the front pack, which worked out really well, and then see what happens on the bike, who's around me, and then I saw we had a little group, and I tried to drop the other girls. I worked a lot in the front. And I thought I dropped Kate at one point, but then she was still there when we got into the transition area, and then she just took off on the run, and I had some stomach issues, so I couldn't really push going with her, so the run was really challenging, really tough to just keep going. But yeah, I'm really happy with the race, and I think it worked out well for what I trained for. Yeah, it was really fun, like a lot of people spectating, it never got boring, like even on the bike course there were always people or school classes cheering, which was really fun and really nice to see the support for the sport locally. Yeah, I'm really happy, yeah, now I'm also happy to relax for the rest of the day. Thank you, thanks a lot for having me, thank you everyone.
You can see Alana Siffert now. This is the Swiss connection. So Alana Siffert right there, our 21-year-old with the elephant. That's all she wanted to do. She wanted to finish with that elephant. That's her partner there, Max Studer. And of course, Julie Deron. Big congratulations all round.
ก็นะครับอย่างทุกครั้งนี้เนี่ยเป็นการแข่งของผมครั้งที่20นะครับตั้งแต่ครั้งแรกจนครั้งนี้เนี่ยทุกครั้งในการแข่งขันเนี่ยลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาเนี่ยมันมีมนต์เสน่ห์แล้วก็ความท้าทายผมเองเนี่ยก่อนแข่งทุกคืนจะนอนไม่หลับนะครับก็ไม่ทราบว่าอะไรเกิดขึ้นเหมือนกันเพราะความตื่นเต้นนะครับก็วันนี้เนี่ยก็ทำเต็มที่แล้วนะครับก็ถือว่าถามว่าพอใจกับผลงานไหมก็ต้องยอมรับนะครับว่าปีนี้เนี่ยมีคู่แข่งที่แข็งแกร่งนะครับจากต่างประเทศหลายๆประเทศเข้าร่วมการแข่งขันมากมายดังนั้นเนี่ยผมเองก็ทำดีที่สุดแล้วเพื่อทีมชาติไทยและก็นักกีฬาไตรกีฬาคนไทยก็มีความสุขครับกับผลงานในวันนี้
So a wonderful aerial view now of the transition area. Lots of bikes already made their way back into the transition. So many of our athletes now out onto the run course. But great view there of the Andaman Sea, Bang Tao Bay, where the athletes started their journey this morning. So we are getting ready for our podium celebrations right now. You can see down on screen, down there right now on the finish line, In first place, Kate Woff from Great Britain. In second place, Julie Deron from Switzerland. And rounding out the podium in third, Sophie Melawacki from Australia. Wonderful racing from all three of these women here today. And while we have our top three women here, coming home in fourth was Dimity Lee Duke of Australia, Alanis Siffert from Switzerland in fifth, Kate Bevilacqua in sixth. Of course, on the top spot here today, Maxi Stapley, looking much more sprightly than second place Studer, but great racing from all three men. Max Studer really taking control of this race from the beginning stages of the bike. As I can see in the background, Tim Ford also making his way across the finish line. So great race from Tim Ford. He's been working so extremely hard all week long at the Phoenix Futures Camp that we had here in Phuket. So big shout out to Timmy Ford. Great race as he congratulates Tim Ford, the manager of Max Stapley, and also Kate Woff. He will be a very happy man to now discover that both of these athletes have taken home first place here. Ditching the shoes. A little bit uncomfortable as we get our professional females also up. Look at this, our couple on top of the podium, Max Stapley and Kate Woff. I wonder if this is the first time they've ever done this. Winners, both winners of the same race. But they will be a very happy couple tonight. In second place, Julie Deron and Max Studer from Switzerland, training partners. Their coach will be very happy. And in third place, of course, Sophie Melawacki of Australia and Anthony Costas of France. But there's no denying it. These two are the superstars of the day. We had this happen recently with Ash Gentle and Josh Amberger when they both took home wins in Malaysia. Great to see it happening here today for Kate Woff and Max Stapley. As we get the elephant in place, ready for the final photos.
ครับนี่คือบรรยากาศของลากูน่าภูเก็ตนะครับปีนี้การแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครั้งที่ 29 ก็ผ่านสายตาท่านผู้ชมไปแล้วนะครับก็ประสบความสำเร็จอย่างยิ่งใหญ่ต่อเนื่องเป็นประจำทุกปีแต่ว่าในปีหน้าครับครบรอบ30 ปียิ่งใหญ่กว่าทุกๆครั้งอย่างแน่นอนเชิญชวนนะครับนักไตรกีฬานักท่องเที่ยวมาสัมผัสบรรยากาศการแข่งขันแล้วก็มาท่องเที่ยวได้ที่จังหวัดภูเก็ตนะครับเห็นจากการถ่ายทอดแล้วอาจจะไม่จุใจก็มาสัมผัสของจริงได้เลยนะครับเป็นสถานที่ท่องเที่ยวระดับโลกนักท่องเที่ยวต่างชาติก็ให้ความนิยมมาแข่งขันมากมายมาสัมผัสบรรยากาศการท่องเที่ยวที่มีทั้งเรื่องของอาหารเรื่องของธรรมชาติเรื่องของกิจกรรมให้ได้สัมผัสกันอย่างจุใจนี่เป็นไฮไลท์ของการแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครั้งที่ 29 นะครับตั้งแต่ออกสตาร์ทว่ายน้ำในทะเลว่ายน้ำในทะเลสาบน้ำจืดเปลี่ยนมาเป็นปั่นจักรยานทั้งมืออาชีพชายและหญิงนะครับซึ่งเราทราบผลการแข่งขันไปแล้วและนี่ก็เป็นตำนานนักไตรกีฬาของไทยในรายการลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬานะครับเจเรเชียรนัยแข่งต่อเนื่องมา20 ปีแล้วนะครับก็ปีหน้าเชิญชวนนะครับผู้ที่สนใจ เห็นแล้วรู้สึกอยากจะทดสอบอยากจะทดลองอยากจะเอาชนะตัวเองนะครับหรือว่าชนะกับการแข่งขันทั้ง3ประเภทเข้าร่วมแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครั้งที่30ในปีหน้าครบ30ครั้งที่30ก็ยิ่งใหญ่กว่าทุกครั้งอย่างแน่นอนนะครับเชื่อเหลือเกินว่าบรรดาแชมป์หรือว่าอดีตแชมป์น่าจะมาร่วมการแข่งขันนี่คุณเต๋าสมชายเข็มกลัดนะครับเชื่อว่าศิลปินดารานักแสดงอาจจะมีเพิ่มขึ้นในปีหน้าโดยธรรมชาติการวิ่งการปั่นจักรยานการว่ายน้ำนั้นส่วนใหญ่ก็ทำได้อยู่แล้วแต่ว่าต้องการความท้าทายกับตัวเองก็มาร่วมแข่งขันได้ทั้งมืออาชีพมือสมัครเล่นโดยเฉพาะนักท่องเที่ยวนะครับมีทั้งระยะสั้นระยะสปรินต์ก็มีให้ได้ทดสอบนะครับทดสอบความสามารถ
So what a race we had here today in Laguna Phuket Triathlon, the 29th year of this race. Spectacular professional men's and women's races. We can see Max Stapley, he led pretty much from when that gun went off this morning at 6:30, and he never really looked back. He took control of the race on the bike ride. He continued to forge forward on that run. We had Anthony Costas from France having a great bike ride to push himself up into second place, heading out on the 12-kilometre run. But it wouldn't be too long before the Swissman himself, Max Studer, would be able to overtake Anthony, make his way up into second place. In the women's race, of course, it was Kate Woff and Julie Deron from Switzerland who were neck to neck during the swim and the bike, but it was Kate Woff that was able to take control on the run, putting some space between herself and Julie Deron. Max Studer surely with the fastest run split of the day, chasing down Max Stapley. Superstar himself from Thailand, Jare Jarani. He's been a long-time supporter of this race. Definitely the most favourite of athletes out there. But Kate Woff and Max Stapley, both athletes taking control. Max Stapley from Great Britain coming home with the win, doing it in style, saluting the crowds. He's a real character of our sport. This man on screen, Anthony Costas, would have to settle for third place, with Studer coming home in second place. And then Kate Woff from Great Britain, having taken the lead from the beginning stages of the run, holding it all the way. Of course, it was a partner affair for these two partners in crime, able to take the top spot here today. In second place, Julie Deron from Switzerland. Great race from Julie. She really had given it everything. And what a podium we have. Max Stapley, Kate Woff, Julie Deron, Max Studer, and then Sophie Melawacki and Anthony Costas. So while our professional men and women are done, great shot there of our transition. We have our overall results. Max Stapley from Great Britain coming home in a time of 2 hours 32:53. Max Studer from Switzerland, Great Britain for Max Stapley. Switzerland for Max Studer in 2 hours 34:09. And in third place and rounding out our podium, Anthony Costas from France coming home in 2 hours 35:06. In our women's race, Kate Woff from Great Britain, 2 hours 46:04. Julie Deron from Switzerland, 2 hours 47:45, home in second place. And in third place, Sophie Malawecki from Australia, to 52 and 12. Wonderful, wonderful racing from our professional men and women. Well, it's been the most incredible event yet again here in Laguna Phuket, Thailand. It's called the Race of Legends for a reason. We've got the hashtag Amazing Thailand for a reason. One of the greatest, most beautiful races on the planet. Next year, well, we've got something incredibly special. We will be celebrating the 30th year of this event. What started with only 198 competitors has grown to over 1,000 competitors. I cannot wait for the anniversary year next year. I was here for the 20th and I will be back for the 30th. I know that this is 100% a race you need to put on your schedule. It is going to be exciting. It is going to be bigger and better than ever. So thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Belinda Granger. It's been my pleasure in bringing this race to you today from Phuket, Thailand. A big thank you to Werasak, my partner in crime on the mic today in the live booth. He will be back with me next year as well. Thank you so much.
ครับก็จบลงอย่างสมบูรณ์แบบนะครับสำหรับลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาครั้งที่ 29 นะครับปีหน้านะครับเชิญชวนให้นักท่องเที่ยวนักไตรกีฬาทั้งชาวไทยและชาวต่างชาติมาร่วมการแข่งขันนะครับครบรอบ30 ปีนะครับครั้งที่ 30 ยิ่งใหญ่อย่างแน่นอนนะครับมาสัมผัสบรรยากาศที่สุดยอดเป็นที่ชื่นชอบของนักท่องเที่ยวทั่วโลกนะครับชาวไทยก็มาท่องเที่ยวมาสัมผัสบรรยากาศการแข่งขันได้แม้กระทั่งในช่วงที่ไม่มีการแข่งขันนะครับช่วงฤดูกาลท่องเที่ยวนะครับให้สมกับเป็น Amazing Thailand นะครับวันนี้ครับเวลาของการถ่ายทอดการแข่งขันลากูน่าภูเก็ตไตรกีฬาหมดแล้วนะครับขอบคุณสำหรับการติดตามชมครับขอบคุณผู้ให้การสนับสนุนในการแข่งขันนะครับการท่องเที่ยวแห่งประเทศไทยและบริษัทการบินไทยจำกัดมหาชนลาไปก่อนนะครับพบกันใหม่กับปีหน้านะครับสวัสดีครับ